How many Panthers, Tigers, and King Tigers survive today? What about the other heavy German tracked and armoured vehicles of World War II? How many Elefants, Hummels, and other types of these weapons survive in museums and private collections in 2023? In this video, we count down from the most numerous to the rarest examples. This list is not completely exhaustive, but without further ado, at number 10, we have the commonest surviving World War II German tank, the Panzerkampfwagen 4, or Panzer IV. First entering service in 1936, it was the most numerous World War II German tank, with 8,553 of all variants built up to 1945. No one quite knows how many still survive, and more are being found all the time, owing to the type's widespread post-war use. A handful remain in working order today. At number 9 is the Stug 3, or more formally the Sturmgeschütz or assault gun. This was the second most produced tracked World War II German vehicle after the SDKFZ 251 half-track, and it was also widely used post-war, with just over 10,000 Stug 3s built. Today, 67 real Stug 3s still exist, with 13 of those still in running order. At number 8 is my favourite World War II tank, the Panther. Introduced into combat in mid-1943, some 6,000 were built up to the end of the war. 24 original Panther tanks still exist, with 6 of them still in running order. At number 7 is the Jagdpanzer IV and its derivative, the Panzer 470. About 2,000 of these vehicles were produced, based on the Panzer IV chassis. A self-propelled anti-tank gun. 15 of these vehicles still exist, and one in Australia is being returned to working order. At number 6 is a close relative of the Panther, the Jagdpanther tank destroyer, a self-propelled gun using the armour and chassis of the Panther tank. 413 were built between 1943 and 45, and today 11 survive, with 4 of those still in running order. At position number 5, we have a tie between both types of Tiger tank. The fearsome Tiger I entered service in 1942 with 1,347 built up to 1944. Weighing between 54 and 57 tons depending on the type, 10 real Tiger Is still exist today, with just one still in running order at the Tank Museum at Bovington in England. The Tiger I's successor, the Tiger II or Königstiger or King Tiger, was much more massive, weighing in at almost 70 tons, and so heavily armoured at the front that they were almost immune to Allied anti-tank weapons. Only 492 Tiger IIs were built, and today only 10 still exist, with one still drivable. At position number 4 we have another tie. The Stug 4 was an improvement on the Stug 3, with 1,141 being built. Today only 6 remain, one still driving. Also at position number 4 is the Hummel, or Bumblebee, a self-propelled gun using the Panzer III or IV chassis. 714 were manufactured, and today 6 still exist, though none are in working order. Position number 3 is another tie. We have the Nashorn, or Rhino, a fearsome tank destroyer, its 8.8 cm Pak-43 gun, able to penetrate at long range any Allied tank of World War II. 494 were built, with 3 surviving today, and one of those recently returned to running order. The other vehicle at position number 3 on our list is the Jagdtiger, or Hunting Tiger, a heavy tank destroyer built upon the chassis of the Tiger II and weighing almost 72 tons. Between 70 and 88 were built in 1944 to 45, and today 3 still exist, all static museum exhibits. At number 2 we have, yet again, another tie. Beginning firstly with a Tiger derivative, the Sturmtiger or Assault Tiger, that fired an enormous 380mm rocket-propelled mortar. Based on the Tiger I chassis, only 18 of these very rare vehicles were ever built in 1943 to 44, and today 2 survive as static museum exhibits. Also at position number 2, we have the Elephant, a heavy tank destroyer using unwanted hulls from the VK4501P tank, a contender for the Tiger I contract designed by Dr. Ferdinand Porsche. Weighing 65 tons, 91 were built, with 2 still in existence today, though none running. At position number 1, we have a 3-way tie, 3 experimental German armoured vehicles that were all built. Firstly, the Stürer Emil, an enormous anti-fortification gun based on a Henschel prototype tank that was never adopted by the German army. Weighing 35 tons, 2 were built, and they did serve on the Eastern Front. One was destroyed, but the other one, with 22 tank kill marks painted on its barrel, was captured at Stalingrad in January 1943. This unique vehicle survives at the Kubinka Tank Museum in Russia. The second vehicle at position number 1 is the Panther II, a late-war experimental upgrade of the Panther tank, having thicker armor and some Tiger II components. One prototype was captured in 1945 and survives today with an ordinary Panther turret mated to the experimental hull at the Patton Museum of Cavalry and Armor at Fort Knox, Georgia in the United States. Our final vehicle at position number 1 is the legendary Panzer VIII Maus, a super-heavy tank weighing an extraordinary 188 tons. Even today it is the heaviest fully enclosed armoured fighting vehicle ever built. 2 prototypes were completed in 1944 and were captured by the Red Army in 1945. The hull of prototype number 1 was mated with the turret of prototype number 2 to produce a complete Maus for public display. And this tank is now on display at the Kubinka Tank Museum near Moscow. Many thanks for watching. Please subscribe and share, and also visit my audiobook channel, War Stories with Mark Felton. You can also help to support both of my channels at PayPal and Patreon. Details in the description box below.